if we use the same video posting for TV, this better or different?
The same one actually is not really necessary. If you have any content by which they learn a little more about what you talked about. But just for example, let's say if you had a video for 15 minutes which talked about Google Cloud, okay, maybe your content could be how cloud has been useful to a particular end user industry. That means that any content that you then do on sync actually supplements the information that you already showed maybe on the TV commercial. Yeah. So it is something that you're going to supplement also from an information point of view. And any content has to be decided because digital as a medium offers interactivity. So if there's any content through which, even if it's a TV commercial, the next step or learn more, it has to help you take an action. So that's the key thing to understand.
Okay.
I have one question. Can you sync with TV program or competitors? TV?
We can't really hear you.
Can you hear me? No. Can you hear me?
안 돼요. Good.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Can you sync with TV program or competitors TV commercial?
In Asia Pacific, we do not support program sync. Okay, but what you can do is either synchronize against your own TV commercial or a competitor's commercial. These are the two things which are possible. There is one workaround to program sync, which I must tell you, is that if a program has the first, exactly the same starting moments, right? Like many
intro theme.
Yeah, the intro theme is always standard. Then we can treat 10 or 15 seconds of the introduction theme like a TV commercial and fingerprint that, and therefore synchronize against it. Okay. So it's a workaround. It has worked. Can be made to work. But classic when we really mean program sync as the way we run it, say in the US and maybe in the UK, there we are also getting electronic program data from the country, and therefore we are activating against a programming guide. Okay. Whereas here, what we're doing is actually activating against the occurrence of the start of the program, which actually works equally well, as long as the program has the same introduction. Then it's exactly like a commercial. You fingerprint it and you activate against it.
Yeah. Right now, that's all for our request. And if you send over the case study, it would be awesome.
Definitely. Right after this, we will send this out to you. To summarize, I will send you the user manual. I'll send you the SAP case study because it's a public case study. I'm happy to share that with you. And I will share with you a best practices document around TV sync. But the best practice is to talk to us when you're setting up.
Yeah.
Because and we're very happy to help you. Yeah. Just let us know, and it doesn't matter, and we are there to support you.
And Tarun, I just have a quick question. So basically, because obviously it's our first TV Sync campaign across APAC, right? And actually, do you know if North America have already run a TV Sync campaign with 4C? I don't think so, right?
On Google, for the
Yes.
Google part? I'll have to check this with Hannah because I'd asked Hannah the same question.
Okay.
I know it's been discussed multiple times, but it's something I'll have to double check.
Okay.
I'll have Nish reach out to Hannah and check whether they've done it.
That's fine. So it could potentially be like the first global TV Sync campaign.
Your first, yeah.
So if it's the first global TV Sync campaign, I just want to make sure that we are nailing it. So we will send you, all the objective of the campaign, our targeting, our timing, our budget, our goal.
Yes.
And please help us, if you feel like, for example, the objective is slightly off, or the targeting is not refined enough or too broad, please work with us to make sure that this campaign works really well, because
Definitely.
I'm really concerned that if obviously the first global campaign on TV Sync is not, like the best, the Media Lab will be like, oh, we tried that in Korea, I want them to say, yeah, Korea was the best campaign, or everybody should do it, blah, blah, blah. So we should set the example. But obviously,
No,
with your
definitely.
help.
Yeah, no, please share the information. We'll also bounce it off with, besides Nish and the team here, I have a really seasoned gentleman in Eindhoven. His name is Tim. I'm going to buy Tim a couple of wines the next time I meet him, so I will definitely get his information as well.
Okay, thank you. And just making sure that we have the brand study, because we'll have, if it's a brand campaign, we'll have a brand study in place. So we just want to make sure that the results are very impactful, so that, Media Lab doesn't say, we tried once and it doesn't work. We want them to say it works and people should do it, so that, we work even more closely with you on TV Sync.
Definitely, Kim, hear you, and we will do that. Kim, I think the second question was around affinities.
Yes, so so there was a lot of question about FOSI affinities, what it is, what we can do. So obviously in terms of DR, we already have, lots of us at Essence, a lot of case studies, with cloud and AdWords in EMEA, but it's about, reminding us also what FOSI affinities is, maybe show really quickly in the platform what it means, what we can do. I had question about, for example, if we're Coca-Cola and we want to have the Pepsi audience, would Pepsi allow you to do it? Is there any, approval, like in the back end, like just kind of explain FOSI affinities a little bit and target it.
Sure. So let me just first describe it to you, and then we'll show it to you on the platform. So the concept of affinity, which simply means the relationship between two objects, right? Now in social, we all know that social is all about people. Today there are about 2 billion people on social networks, okay? Which makes targeting both very rich and also difficult. What FOSI did many, many years ago in the year 2007, 2008, when we started ingesting all the data between what people were saying on brand pages, okay? Because brand pages were launched somewhere in the year 2007. FOSI started analyzing how people and brands interact. Now, in social networks, each of us as individuals are the hero of the story, right? We are the main character. What FOSI did was put the brand in the center of the story and started looking to see how people and brands interact through the actual in their own transactions on brand pages, okay? Not on what they were saying in their personal post, not what they were saying in their personal space, but when they interacted with the brand. So today, if you look at it, there are trillions and trillions of interactions between people and brands. And this is the data, underlying data that FOSI is analyzing. Now, this is not being analyzed through any human contact or human influence. These data points, or these what we call big data or data points, are being analyzed by algorithms, which are determining patterns of interactions between people and brands. This uses machine learning capability. Therefore, the more transactions that our platform sees, the smarter it becomes on who to be talking to. Brand affinities also change over time. Therefore, because if you see each of us 3 years ago or 6 months ago or 3 months ago, what we consume on social also changes, okay? So affinities also tracks the shift in the behavior, okay? And now with this introduction, I will actually show you brand affinity on the platform. But to also answer a second question, I think that you asked us, Kim, do we need anybody's permission? No, because we are a third party Facebook partner. What we are doing is we are analyzing every brand's data